Welcome everybody back to another BOLDcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Leave a like and subscribe. Let's go.
Little story from the past.
She's pregnant.
Couldn't tell? Weird stand baby or something? Okay, that's random.
Whoa.
This is the boss baby.
Boss baby.
Boss baby crossover. Nice frog. You better not kill that frog, I swear to God. He just squished that frog by accident. No! I swear to fucking God.
Why do you sound like an old woman? That's how you know something's off about this, because the frog didn't get squished.
Yeah.
Oh, France? That's what Trish drinks.
Sailor. What happened? What?
Guess people did that back in the day. What the fuck? I don't remember this. What? Wait, what?
How do you know that?
What?
How? What? What?
That is terrifying. What the fuck?
Excuse me?
She's ending up like Cars.
Did he somehow put her there? Convenient.
That's what?
What? I want to know how she was there. Super weird.
I think he was keeping her alive.
Yeah, but how did he get her? No.
The fuck, kid?
Yeah. I don't know, like, what the fuck? It's almost like I have this weird alter ego that's like destroying everything behind my back.
やめときますよ。このサルディニアは君の故郷ですね。久しぶりでしょう。故郷に帰ってくるのは。じゃないな。僕のなりを見れば旅行者だ。推理できるよ、そんなこと。君は秘密を持って
Very observant.
表と裏と言ってもいいかもしれない。しかしその秘密を利用しることない性格で常に勝利を収めてきている。
Whoa.
何ですって？ああ、ぶしつけで失礼した。何か職業から引きつけられるものがある。君をよく占わせてくれないか。2万。いや、1万。秘密なんて誰でも大なり小なり持ってるよ。誰にでも当てはまること言ってません？人を探している。人を探している。だからさ、誰だってみんな人を探して生活しているよ。とか良き友人だとか。でもズバッと言ってもらえると気持ちいいですね。その水晶で？いいえ、すでにもう占っている。今そのズボンについた泥の形でわかる。ロマ占い。偶然にできた形で見るのが一番よくわかると言われている。印だから、
Okay.
娘だ。
Oh.
君が探している人物は自分の娘だ。
This is a highly specific fortune
He's not
telling.
fucking around.
No, he's not. Oh my god. Whoa. This is just a guy? Yikes. Oh. I kind of forgot that he was still around. I don't fucking know.
I thought you said a painless death. What a asshole.
Wow. Another arm thing, too. That's so bad.
That didn't look painless. You could have deleted that part of time.
Yeah. Oh.
Just gonna let the kid go?
I guess. Here, he
Took the
probably
body
took away
too?
the body.
Put it where? No fucking idea, but...
Oh my god. It's freaky. Oh, there he is.
Risotto. Very interesting to be following the boss around.
Where's a cat? Hmm.
サルディニア、コスタズメラルダ、インドのある富豪がその風と岩の出会うこのに見せられ、住み始めるまで歴史の外の場所であった。
メーターの数字が一桁違う。てめえの勘違い棚に上げて数字を動かしたとこう疑ってるわけかこら。いえ、もう街からここまでそんな大金旅行者が金持ってねえわけねえだろ。さっきボッケしただろうがよ。ズボンの内側にいたぜ。見せてみろ。
Oh god.
ほれ、あった。
Ah!
見なくてもいいものを見たものは愛してはならねえんだぜ。おい、今電話鳴らなかった。
Super weird ring.
どこで鳴った。おい、あの電話はぶっ壊れてるから鳴るはずがねえ。
It literally sounded like someone just making a fake ringing noise.
また鳴ったぞ。どこだ。なんだよ、あるじゃねえかよ、自動車電話がよ。もしもし。はい、ドッピオです。ボス、写真と同じ場所です。僕はこれからここを見張ればいいんですね。ドライバーは封筒の中身を見ていないから始末しなくていい。お言葉ですがボス、写真を見てしまったとは。はい、すいませんでしたボス。建物の見張りはこれからです。見張りはこれから私のドッピオ。よく見るんだ。ゆっくり、そのまま自然に。今見張られようとしているのはお前の。あれはリゾット。裏切りも占い師の言ってた通り現れた。奴も飛行機のついでリアの写真の存在に気づいたようだ。まず奴を始末しなくてはならない。侍とトリッシュが来た。奴を始末するのはこの私だ。お前の正体は決して奴に。
This Jekyll and Hyde business.
Yeah. It's gonna be a really interesting fight with like two people like
That aren't main characters.
Yeah.
And can either one get fucked up?
なんだこれ。頭が痛い。
Yikes.
ボスから電話があったんだ。僕の任務はあの建物を見張って。そして
You better pick up that
な
photo.
んだっけ。そうだ、近づかなきゃ。でも一体何に。
You shouldn't have announced yourself. Oh, whoa.
こっちを見ろ。
なんだ、見た顔だぞ。誰だっけ。
その手をどけろ。
お金は持ってないです。僕はいつもこんな目ばかりにあるんだ。
気のせいか。こいつの表情には演技がない。もしパッションで治ってならこんな態度は取らない。
Yeah, that's a really,
Yeah.
really like slick way of like. Obviously, he didn't. I'm assuming like
He's not acting.
He's like
Yeah.
he's not acting, so it's like the boss can like get away with a bunch of stuff because he has like this alternate personality that just genuinely has no idea
what's going on.
and is also genuinely like a good person who like cares about people and bugs and animals and stuff. Like very genuinely, it's kind of like the perfect cover actually.
そういえばお前は今演技風なところが一つだけある。お前すっ転んだ時反射的に封筒を見えないように隠した。その左足の靴の下に何を隠した。見て納得したら帰るぜ。
金はないんだ。見逃してくれよ。
殺意や逃走、今嘘っぽい表情をしたぞ。立ち上がって左足を上げて見せてみろ。立てと言ってんだ。なんだ、ただの封筒だけか。
Yeah, seems legit.
Stuck to his foot with the blood.
確かにその病は演技ではないし、嘘もつけない小心者であることも分かった。そのため逆にお前のことにますます興味が湧いてきた。お前はやはりスタンド使いだ。これだな。今、お前はあの音の方をちらりと見た。探っている音だ。用心深く偵察し、音と形はエアロスミスだ。奴らがついに。そしてこんな重要な場所に来るお前は相当信頼されているということ。しかも一方では得た心も持っている。
Oh God. So you're approaching me.
Yeah.
What the fuck? What? What? Is that his ability? Can you put a bunch of sharp stuff in your mouth? Jeez. So freaky.
Dopio.
Yikes.
Creepy as fuck.
Yeah, that's super creepy.
So he was given a portion of King Crimson's ability? They say?
I'll have to see what that is. What that's gonna be about. Super,
So maybe he's not the boss,
But like,
but he just has a piece of the boss?
I don't know. Because he's really seeming like he's the boss.
Yeah, and the whole backstory seems to be pointing that it's him.
Yeah. Like, it looks exactly... Unless... Like it's literally him. But I wonder if, like... The something about, like, the boss, like, he just, like, shut him off, and then, like, that's how he was, like, still young and kind of just, like, preserved in time in that way, and then was living as, like, the boss for a long time, but he can kind of go back and forth.
Yeah.
I don't know, and, like, how, that's the thing, it's, like, how on earth was the mom imprisoned in the, underneath the floor?
I think he just used some connections to, like...
Get her out of there?
Get her out of there and then keep her alive under there. For what reason, I have no idea, because he wasn't a mafia boss at that point. I think it's just he's just fucked up and he just wanted to.
That's super strange. I wonder if the reason that she took so long to give birth was just because she was like it's like she had to go through like 2 pregnancies or something like that. Because there's like
I think she said she hadn't had sex in 2 years. I think that implies that like
it was just
a miraculous or
I was
immaculate conception.
I was wondering if it was like some kind of weird
Antichrist.
thing. Yeah, I guess that. Yeah.
I think that's what's going on here. What I think is this is my theory. I have only seen up to the end of this little mini arc here. I think maybe next episode or the one after that is where I stopped. And from the time that the opening switched, I don't really remember pretty much anything that's happened so far. Other than Risotto showing up here because he's badass. But, so I can theorize, and I don't think that I know the answer. I don't believe so anyway. That my theory is that this stand ability is like a spirit... a sentient stand that like hops from person to person, much like Notorious Big, or something like that. And he impregnated the mother with himself. With a new alter ego.
I see.
And just like how he got her out of the prison, like without anybody noticing, and buried her under the floorboard, under the cement, under the tiles, he also snuck himself into the prison and maybe raped her or something, like with the time stealing or like time skipping power.
It's super weird though, because it's like because it's like, okay, that could make sense, but we saw the boss have his stand separate and still be behaving and acting like the boss, you know what I mean?
Maybe he can get control over certain times. Like, I think that this is the boss. I think
Yeah.
that Doppio is the boss. But when Doppio was a baby, his eyes were, like, switching back and forth. So there's something supernatural with this, and I think it's like a spirit that is possessing you from birth. Mm-hmm. Maybe like an Attack on Titan type thing, like, or not quite, because it passes differently, but you know what I mean, like, this supernatural spirit that is, like, attaching itself to this lineage, maybe like an anti-Joestar type thing. You know, but it's just one sentient spirit that passes along instead of like a will of the fucking Joestars, whatever you want to say. That's what I think. And I think that, yeah, just like he went in without anybody noticing, impregnated her, died or passed on or passed his spirit into the fetus. She didn't know she's pregnant until she had a child, I guess. And then, eventually as he grew up, he was like switching back and forth. Mm-hmm. And he got her out without anybody noticing, just like how he got in without anybody noticing, and also put her under the floorboards without anybody noticing.
Yeah. I want to see just quickly the, I wanted to see the baby's eye color, because for some reason I thought that it was like...
It was like red.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like red, which was different than...
Yeah, it was going from red to orange.
Yeah, but now it's like from green to orange.
Yeah.
And I think maybe the stand has red eyes when we saw it before.
Nope.
No?
Green eyes.
Oh, that's strange then. I like this random fortune teller guy was just like so on it and then just got killed. And he wasn't even a stand user. He was just super good at fortune telling.
It's like this weird obsession. It's like this kind of self-racism that Araki has sometimes towards Asian people in his story. Like, he'll just, like, include, like, at the end of part 2, when Joseph, like, bumps into the Japanese guy, he's like, "Are you Japanese?" And it's like, "Yeah." And then he punches him in the face or something. And in part 1, obviously, there's, like, the Chinese drug salesman, like, from the East. He has this similar, like, Fu Manchu mustache, and he's, like, this Chinese guy that's, like, Dio's henchman, and he's all creepy and weird. And then there's this guy, and maybe he's Asian, I don't know. Looks like he could be. Like, similar kind of like, oh, the mysterious man from the East, but which is a trope in Western literature and film of like, oh, the creepy Chinese guy is all weird. And like, oh, he has medicines and other techniques that are unknown to us Westerners, us normal people, quote unquote. And that's like a trope in Western stuff. But it's just funny seeing a Japanese person writing about Westerners, about like Europeans, and with this kind of aesthetic, but then including the tropes that kind of make fun of, or are racist like racist caricatures of what he, like the same part of the world that he's coming from. It's a very funny like twisting in Ouroboros on itself of these racist tropes that Araki like uses to commit to an aesthetic. It's kind of funny. I don't know. And it's kind of tongue in cheek. I feel like it's just very funny when he uses that same tropes of like the Asian or the Chinese or what, maybe he's Indian. I don't know. Like fortune teller, mystic guy. You know.
I like how he's just like, I told everything off of the stain on your pants. It's just like, what are you talking about?
Well, it looked like a hand. Like,
yeah. It was kind of reminding me of like how Trish was making those like handprints into stuff. Mm-hmm. Also, his like part on his hair is crazy.
Yeah.
It was like, it's like slicked. Also, this like seemingly this ability to just like make someone like have a bunch of stuff in their mouth is like really freaky. Mm-hmm. I'm interested to see like how that works.
Risotto looks cool, and he also sounds very different. He sounds old. Like he sounds kind of off. Like he sounds like he shouldn't sound like that.
I also like that he's really smart. Like he's like, I can tell that you're not lying, but there's a couple of things that aren't adding up
just
here.
Breaking him down.
And like, okay, I just need to stay like more than 2 meters away from you because you have some kind of ability. And oh, I hear that. Okay, you hear that. Like he's like putting it together.
2 meters.
Yeah. And it's just really interesting because at first we were like fighting everyone from this hitman group. And then now it's kind of switched around. So now it's like, okay, if he takes out the boss, then like that's kind of a good thing for us. He could still come after us, or he could not, because if he manages to just take out the boss, you know, that it's game over. He obviously doesn't know that this guy's the boss. But yeah.
I think that's an interesting thing here with Doppio, is that when Risotto's confronting him, it's like, so like the whole cover with the boss that he's using this thing, like the whole conceit here, there's the Jekyll and Hyde persona, and the Hyde, the evil guy on the inside, is using the unaware Doppio. Like King Crimson user the real boss is using Doppio as like an idiot who doesn't know anything and is completely unaware. But the thing is, Doppio is almost a member of Passion, the same way that the other guys are. He's like following the boss's orders, and he knows what's going on some level. So he's so afraid that he's acting like he doesn't know, but he does know. So he's also then convincingly lying at times and hiding the picture. Like he lifts his foot, but he knows that the picture is on his foot. So it's this weird thing where he is acting like he doesn't know while he also doesn't know, but he doesn't understand that he's being possessed. Yeah. Really? But he has to on some level, because he is invested in protecting the boss's path.
It's like this weird thing, because it's like, it's almost like a Jekyll and Hyde thing, but there's like this weird third state where he is, so there's like Doppio, who's just like, la-di-da, I'm going around, I'm supposed to be doing this, I don't really know why, blah blah blah, and then there's the boss, and then there's these weird phone call things where he's like, gets a headache, and like goes crazy and picks up something and thinks that he's talking to the boss, and then he gets information. But then when he goes back to regular Doppio, it's almost like he doesn't really remember what he was doing.
Like he's like, oh, so this isn't a phone?
It's like he's in this weird third state where he can, like, it's like this is the, like, subordinate of the boss that is, like, getting details. But then when he goes back into Doppio, he doesn't remember having the conversation. It's like the knowledge that he gained is just, like, in his, like, farther back memory, like it's just like his instinctual memory almost, rather than like a direct thing, like, you know what I mean? It's very interesting.
Well, in a way it is kind of like, as we're talking about it is kind of more like actual Jekyll and Hyde, because the thing with Jekyll and Hyde is that it was presented earlier on in the story. If you've ever actually read the story, which a lot of people haven't. I didn't read it until I was like in university. Some people have to read it as a part of like their high school shit, but anyway, Jekyll and Hyde is framed out in popular culture and in earlier on in the story as like, okay, there's Dr. Jekyll, who's the gentleman and the good guy, who's like kind of kindly, kind of weak or like meek, sort of chill dude, who doesn't really step outside the boundaries of society very much. And then there's Mr. Hyde, who is literally caning people to death in the street in broad daylight in front of a crowd and doesn't give a shit. And they're different. It's like he gets possessed by this. But as the stories progress and as you get to the end, it's revealed that it's not actually two different people. It's Jekyll is drinking this potion, basically, that allows him to feel justified sort of acting out these impulses. So they're really the same person. He's just letting himself loose, and he's like addicted to letting himself loose because he feels like this pressure by society, and he feels there's like this thing there's a thing in him. There's different interpretations of the story. So maybe that like Araki's going for kind of a similar thing there, where there's a schism in Doppio's like mental state, and there's a supernatural element to it because of the like immaculate conception, perhaps, or whatever happened. But it maybe it's more like, because there's this like you're saying, this third like middle state between the two sides of him. There's some sort of blockage there, but maybe Doppio really is just the same person, but there's like a there's that insanity or a reluctance to homogenize, and there's that resistance there, and maybe that will be like kind of a power up or an upgrade as we go along. Who knows?
Yeah.
But
I'm interested to see like what this part of the stand does as well, because we talked a lot, even just last episode, about how Trish and her stand, and Fugo and his stand, and they have this like alternate personality, like the part of themselves that they can't like express is is
represented
the stand.
in their stand.
So it's interesting that this like person with a split personality has a stand that also has a split, and that has like two different modes or
And
functions.
then his daughter has, like, I think that's foreshadowing on Araki's part where, or Trish, like, we see Trish's stand just before this as this thing that's separate from her. Like, it's a part of her personality, but it's separate from her, and it's talking to her, and it's this other thing. And then we see the boss and get his whole backstory, and what do you know, he has the exact same kind of stand, you know? So that's kind of interesting. I think that that's intentional on his part to kind of foreshadow what kind of a stand he could have and kind of soft launch this idea of a stand being in control of the user kind of thing. But we don't actually even know how, like, if this is actually her dad or if her dad is a separate user who put King Crimson in him, or if King Crimson is like her real dad, or if Doppio's her real dad, but King, you know, like there's the relationship. It's still all very mysterious. So we'll have to find out what happens. Leave a like, subscribe,
I'm Lindsay.
Bye-bye.